time. Thank you for actually tuning in to Business Funding and Whiskey. Tonight, we have one of the best companies that we found out that are doing marketing in today's market. They are helping businesses not only to get in the map, but actually to gain the edge over the competition. One of the things that they're doing for us that got us into the voice recognition, like Alexa, Google, Cortana. I mean, this company is doing something that I haven't seen any other company doing. If you search them, they'll be the first one that you guys find today. And their name is Alexa Media Marketing. Guys, I mean, I'm happy to actually show you because I know if you're a business, doesn't matter what business you are in today, if nobody can find you, you cannot make any money.
You don't exist. Yeah.
You don't exist. And today I have Devon and I have Justin from Alexa Media Marketing. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great. It's great. Busy as ever, especially now that the year's almost over. Everyone's trying to wrap up their business. They're planning for the new year, and they have a lot of, great ideas and great plans in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been really busy.
And something that I got to tell you, it's like, what I love about this company is like like any other one. They set up a time for you, and we said we're going to talk about 30 minutes. An hour and a half later, we're still talking about the business that we. And I love it because it's so new and something new, something that I talked to Brock later on after the fast. Man, I thought I knew this. There's another world under the world that we know. So Brock, how you doing today, man?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. Working on. I think this is my second glass. So
yeah, this is my second, guys.
Back, man.
What are you drinking today, Brock?
Today, a little Crown Royal. It's what was on the shelf. So
Crown
that's
Royal.
it. What about you?
Nice.
I got some Gentleman Jack, baby. How about you guys? What are you guys drinking? Don't tell me apple juice, please. Don't say apple juice.
For me, I got Jack Daniels.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't drink, so I have Coca-Cola.
Yep.
All right. You get a pass. You get a pass because you guys are doing something great for the community. So, guys, tell us. We want to know more about you. How do you guys started this company? I mean, and again, the name sounds so good. I mean, actually, I thought there were some way somehow related or work with Amazon, but they didn't. But what they brought to the table was even better than what I seen Facebook do. So tell us about you guys, please.
Well, I'll let Justin talk about how we got started because he's definitely a big part of it. Yeah.
All right. So I used to work for Devon. All right. When my wife told me I needed to go find a job, that's when I met good old Devon here. And when working for Devon, he was working at a digital marketing company. He owned another digital marketing company at the time. And him and his business partners were having a falling out. And during that time, I was learning everything in there, what they were doing. I was the top sales agent there. All right. And while I was there, I just dominated and I thought of Alexa Business in my mind and the whole operations coming to my mind. I came to him and I asked him if he could build it out. And he said, absolutely. He was working with us there at that time. And then he went to California, left.
Yep.
And I would never thought I was going to see him again, to be honest. And I got married out in Vegas and we met up in Vegas while I was out in Vegas.
Was he your best man? He wasn't your best man, right?
He was not my best man, but he was there.
I think we've known each other for what? That was like 6 months. We didn't even know each other for that long at that time.
That's great.
Yeah. And I flew. So the unfortunately the digital marketing company was going to hell in a handbasket. Is one of those situations where they promise the world, but they do very little. They talk their talk, but then when it comes to actually having a marketing team, there's no one to be found, which is very unfortunate. But with my expertise, that's what pained me inside. I'm like, this got to change. And unfortunately, when you have other people involved, it's hard to have control. So I was like, this is not working. I got to step away from it, and I got to create better things. So luckily, Justin, he has a lot of experience with taking small ideas and making them huge, and huger that you can never even imagine, which is great because you need to set goals that, in my mind, are unobtainable. For him, he's all like, "What do you mean it's unobtainable? We can have that in 3 years."
Awesome.
So to give you a back end, so you guys have a better understanding.
Yeah.
When I got a job for him, I just created a business for my wife, and she kicked me out of that business saying, you need to find your own job, okay?
Wow.
And that business is still running today, a multi-million-dollar company.
That's
all right?
funny.
Just to give you guys the understanding, a little backstory to that.
I mean, And that's amazing because you don't usually find someone like that. And I tell you, and I got to attest to that because the synergy that we have in this company, myself and Brock, sometimes I just drop myself in a little cup of water. But I have the idea. But Brock said, yeah, we could do that all day long. I'm like, how? Okay. And then he comes back to me a couple minutes later. I'm like, God damn it. I should have taken a couple days. It would have taken me. But you know,
Teamwork,
I see what you're
teamwork.
I know, right? No, but you know what? I got to test to that. So, guys, I mean, you guys are doing something great, and sometimes an idea can start something so big. And I see you guys developing this company to something so huge because you guys are helping a lot of communities, a lot of businesses to start from the ground. And obviously, I mean, you guys know the system. So, tell me more about your background. How do you guys got into this? I mean, what is your background to actually know marketing? Because I think to me, marketing, the way I see it, is almost like an art. The way that you gotta learn this is like, I mean, I know credit like the back of my hand, and people see it that way. And to me, it's just technical. You just gotta learn. You gotta figure out. You gotta research. How do you get into something like that? Let's say somebody today's one of these marketing companies is trying to get into the marketing industry. How do you guys got into it, and why do you get into it in the industry of the business?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. For me, I actually went to school for software engineering, so I was trying to obtain things a lot more difficult in my mind than digital marketing. When you're dealing with code and there's so many different languages, it's very daunting. And I recognized it wasn't the right path for me. I mean, look, we're talking right here, we're having a conversation. You know, I like being interactive. If you're a programmer, the only person you're talking to is the computer. So it ends up being a very introverted field. So that's what pained me inside. I didn't recognize that's what I was missing. So I went on a journey, and I interviewed my cousin-in-law. He was the only person in my family that owned a business at the time. And I asked him, I was like, what made you decide to own a digital marketing company? It was one of the best digital marketing companies in Portland, Oregon. And he told me this story. He's like, I didn't want to own a digital marketing company. I actually wanted to be a professional poker player. I went to Vegas, I lost it all, and I recognized I couldn't do it. So I came back to Portland. I worked for digital marketing agents for a year. I learned the tricks of the trade, and I started my own company. And then from that thought alone, I took it and I ran with it. I'm like, that's all it takes is an idea and a passion. So then ever since then, I partnered with people. I came out to Florida to own a digital marketing company. I didn't even know what equity meant at the time. I was 23. So that fell through the cracks. And then I worked for a digital marketing company instead of owning one right off the bat. And then I learned and I listened to, Neil Patel. I listened to Russell Brunson with ClickFunnels, all these people, they all have so much knowledge to gain. The biggest thing, though, is just applying it. Because then, there's so much second guessing that there's there as a digital marketing. Because you hear this, you hear that, and they're like, well, what should I do? I heard this thing, I heard that thing, but the answer is you should do everything. But the hard part is focusing your energies on the path of least resistance, because there's only so much time and money that you can put towards getting this done. So you need to focus that early on instead of spending, $10,000 in 3 months' time and not getting an ROI.
Right. The most expensive thing you're ever going to buy is the thing you buy twice. So
hallelujah.
We've been there, yeah.
So that's how I started marketing, and I fell in love with it, and there's so much to learn. It's constantly evolving. What bothers me most about this industry is that, again, I'm not in control. It's the higher powers, Google, Facebook, TikTok, they're the ones where everyone's going to, and you just need to optimize your presence on those platforms at the end of the day.
Gotcha. Now, Devin, you said something like right there. You said, hey, when I was getting into coding, it was daunting. And, I feel like that's what a lot of people think about digital marketing as well, right? Yeah. So the average business owner out there, I think they're like, whoa, this is a lot. There's so many different avenues. There's so many different paths. I don't even know what digital marketing is. So my question to you guys is, if you had to define it for someone out there who didn't know what that is, what exactly is digital marketing?
For me, digital marketing is your overall online presence. So as a person, you have a resume. Okay, same thing with your online presence. You have a resume. It's how you show up when someone Googles your company name. Are there good reviews? Is there any information? Is there old company information? What's out there? That's really it. Yeah.
First
all right.
Everything, and you want to have a great first impression of your business.
Yep.
You know what? A question that I always got every time that I got into with a marketing company one of the main things they said to me is like, what is your marketing budget? I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. Sometimes a company doesn't, especially when you're starting. So can you guys go into detail, like why does a company needs to know their budget? Why is it important? And as a marketing company, how you guys can help a company when they define what a marketing budget is?
Well, I talk to multiple different clients, different businesses, different types of businesses on a daily basis. And 90% of them, all right, so I'm saying 10%, 90% of them don't even have a marketing budget allocated for themselves at all. All right.
Wow.
So it's going ahead and helping that business finding what amount of money they're making and what they can go ahead and allocate for themselves. So then you can go ahead and say and find the next ROI for whatever product that they're selling. So at the end of the day, if someone's selling a t-shirt and they're going ahead and buying that t-shirt for $2, all right, but they're selling it for $5, that's not going to be a good return on the investment because you're going ahead and spending $6 to market it.
Got it.
So at the end of the day, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're going ahead and getting at least 3 times the amount of what you're paying for. So if I'm going ahead and spending, let's say $1,000, all right, I should get 3 times extra results for myself. So I should be going ahead and getting $3,000 back for my business.
So the ratio is 1 to 3 type of thing, right?
Yeah. So my question for you, Justin, you know, if you're talking to, again, an average business owner out there who wants to start coming up with a marketing budget, is there any type of like percentage that they should allocate of their gross revenue? Like, okay, cool, I'm making this much. How much should I invest in my marketing?
We do 20% here. I don't like to tell what other companies should do for themselves, but we do 20% for ourselves because we know what it's going to go ahead and cost us to get a new client in the door for our business. So at the end of the day, for let's say a painter, it might cost a painter $10 to get a whole new client in the door for him. So each client's different.
Yeah. And that's the hardest part with marketing is that with each client being different, they all have different problems. So you have to come up with different solutions for each problem. There's no one size fits all with marketing. You know, I can't do the same thing for a plumber as a digital marketing agency. You know, pay-per-click ads for website development right now is like $20, $40 a click. And if it's funny, if you actually search website development on Google, the top ads right now say that they can build websites for $129, $239. So chances are it's probably like some third party in India, or, you know, it's being outsourced or some software that's doing the trick. And they're the ones who are winning the bids. They know that they need to list a price because they're paying a premium to get that click, like $40. So they need to convert 1 out of every 2, 4 clicks to make it profitable for them. But what I like doing is there's so much analytics available. We've seen it on our meeting, Carlos and Brock, and that's why we talk for hours, 2 hours, and there's so much to go over. There's Google Analytics, which that's what usually everyone has set up, but that alone will tell you a lot of data. There's Google Search Console, where that'll tell you like how you're ranking organically. And that's a great benchmark of, is my website even working on Google? And then side by side with that, you have some crazy marketing tools that we've been over, like heat mapping and screen recording. So you can really identify what people are doing on your website. Because I don't know. But if I can track it and I can optimize it, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, I mean, what I love that you guys do. So, we've had a couple of conversations here while we're building what we're trying to get to. Is that you're literally going through it on a call with us, screencasting what you're doing, and we're actually seeing work done. So, you said something there like, hey, there these companies that are doing website build outs for $250, $200, and they're outsourcing it to India. We dealt with that, didn't we, Carlos? We have. We
identify what you guys are doing because we dealt. I mean, you couldn't believe.
Yeah, I mean, outsourcing it to the Philippines or whatever. And so there's no like the tail doesn't know what the head's doing with these other marketing companies that we were working with. And it was an absolute nightmare. And so I think like the first call that we got on with you, you were just razzle dazzling us, man. I was like, oh my God. Carlos and I had a phone call afterwards, and we were like,
I said, my head hurts, but this is
what have
lovely.
we been doing?
I literally envisioned those first phone calls just like almost like going to like a circus or a magic show. And just being like,
magic show, yes.
This is what's available. And it's like, boom, you can make a tiger appear under a table. And just some crazy stuff like that,
No joke. I mean, literally, we were flabbergasted. So I mean,
you're right.
It was nuts. So, my question, guys, my next question here is, what's one thing that somebody can do, a business owner can do right now without having to put in a ton of money to start increasing their traffic on their website or whatever platform?
I got this one. All right. So anybody that is that has their own business, all right, and doesn't matter what type of business it is, all right, go ahead and go to Facebook, all right. And Facebook, you can make money on this way for yourself. Doesn't matter what type of business you are. Go on there and go onto Facebook groups. All right. Facebook groups, you can make money. All right.
Wow.
Doesn't matter what type of business you are. There are groups that have thousands of people that are in that group just waiting to go ahead and maybe use your services that you want to provide. So you have plumbers, you have plumber groups, you have electrician groups, you have contractor groups, you got salon groups. I mean, real estate. I mean, it's endless. So it doesn't matter what type of business you are. There's a group out there for you. So you can go ahead and make a banner ad for yourself, create it, and post it up. That's free advertisement for yourself.
Wow.
I love that.
That's intuitive right there. Now, I know we talked about that. Thank you, Justin, because that's something that, and I got to attest to that too, because since we started focusing on the groups, I mean, so let me tell you my morning routine. Wake up at 5 o'clock, and I usually go to the gym in the morning. But between 5 to 5:30, for some reason, I stay in bed looking at responding to everything in Facebook. And that's how we get a lot of our appointments. And I go through all social media, making sure that I clear everything up. One thing that kind of annoys me is just seeing the number right next to an app. Like I haven't gone through it. I need to clear out. So I won't get up from the bed until I clear up, and then I start getting ready. But yes, I mean, that's amazing because the way that we start posting in Google is free.
Yeah.
Right.
You just got to put your time on it, and little by little, people starting getting to know you.
Yeah.
And trust me, once you start getting to be known, you always gonna get those trolls. People are just gonna talk, and you know what? And have fun sometimes. You just don't care. Don't care about it, because if you have something good, people are afraid of the good things, and people that are bringing value to the industry.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as those Facebook groups go, Carlos, what are we in? We're in like 30 different Facebook groups.
30-something different.
And every single day, all we try to do is just provide value.
You need to up your game. You need to get more.
You need to get more groups.
Okay, all right. So we need to. So you see that's one of the things that we can increase our traffic. So we got to double that.
10x.
Justin said it.
One thing I love about Facebook groups as well is when you're marketing, you have an audience. Right? Like, for instance, I have a client that only wants Sub-Zero freezers. No other appliances. If you got GE, forget about it. I only want Sub-Zero. Right? So it's so niche that it's very hard to market. But there's even groups for that. You can find groups for Sub-Zero freezers. And it's like, oh, well, if anyone needs a repair in here or needs a new unit, boom, I got it. There's niche groups. And when you get to your specific audience, it's just one easy way to generate clicks to wherever you want to send them, whether it's your website, a form, a landing page. It's all up to you.
Now, you guys said that you guys are in some groups, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm going to help. I'm on the master right now. All right. So hold on 1 second.
We see the hand of God working right now. The hand of God. You know what, guys? Salute. Let me fill my cup.
Chin.
I'm gonna have to fill up my cup soon.
All right, so I got a group right now.
Salute to all of you.
Salute, guys.
71,000 people in it. All right.
Wow.
Instant cash loan / private finance. Are you guys in that one?
We're about to be in. I don't know which one you found, but
we're about to join it.
I mean, there's 71,000 people.
71,000 people. Awesome.
And that's just like, that's how you can go ahead for your own business, maximizing getting the type of people that you want in front of for yourself.
Right.
So you brought something great to the table, man, because you know your niche and you know what to find. So to everybody that right now is watching us, sometimes we know our business so great that these gentlemen right here, they don't know nothing about our business. But this is why in life and in everything we do, you always need a mentor, need a coach, someone that knows that thing that you need to actually get to. For example, like he just brought something to the point that, hey, we should have thought about, but we're so busy creating a business, helping our customers. That's something that you even think about. But it makes so much sense, but there's no brain cells out there after everything that you do. That this is why you need to hire the people that are great at that. In this case, marketing. These two guys, I mean, as you see it, they're doing it right in front of us, and naturally,
that was
giving us ideas.
A gem that they dropped.
That's a gem right there. So, and anything that we do, and we teach this, you always need to follow someone that has been there, that is taking you, that could take you by the hand, and it could shorten the time from A to B by half because they already done the trial and error, and they could do. And yeah, you're gonna have to pay, but pay, because by paying, it's gonna cost you so much less. Trust me. By hiring these guys, it has cost us so much less than the other 5 companies they have worked with in the past. So I could attest to that one more time.
They're probably thinking, "Oh man, we should have charged them more." No,
I'm thinking we should have met you sooner so we could save you the trouble. It's very unfortunate, and I hear it and you probably hear it more than me because he's on a lot of sales calls. But they'll say it's like, oh, well, let me feel it out. Let me go with this other marketing company. And I'll give you this one example, okay? She's a very sweet lady who builds her own resin art in Houston, Texas. It's called Lone Wolf Designs. She
great product.
Yeah, she does great wonderful art. Lone Wolf Designs.
Great product.
So what her problem was is she didn't have a big budget because she's just doing this as a hobby. She does great work though. She does all the publishing on social. She takes wonderful photos. She sends them over. She's even doing half the website work herself through Elementor. So she's doing the work, which I love. I love business owners that get their hands dirty with marketing. I know it takes time. If you're gonna take the time to learn it, you can recognize kind of what direction you could put your marketer at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
But her biggest thing is she's like, okay, pricing was a big issue, and like who was going to do the work? And I told her this. I was the first person to talk to her. I was like, look, this is my price. If you get any better pricing, I will price match it for a 5-page website that's e-commerce friendly. And at the end of the day, she took on 1 or 2 other phone calls, called me up at the end of the day and said, Devin, no one else took the time that you did to go over everything. And no one was able to beat your price. Let's just get it started. And that's one thing I'm very fortunate to save her of EA, probably a bigger ticket, where it cost her like $5,000 to get this done, where instead it was a fraction of the price. And also the headache of not really getting what she wanted, because that's something that bothers me. I've worked for several different digital marketing companies in the past, at least 5 that I can remember off the top of my head. And I can honestly say only 2 of them did the right thing. One tried, but it was so fragmented that everyone had their own little lanes. They had their own little departments that no one communicated. So it was like that example where it's like the head doesn't know what's going on with the tail. You need to have that communication. So they had a great team, but no communication. So everything will fall apart then. The other team, it was a wonderful team. They had everything on point. I was contracted there. I was learning that there is 1,000 directories strictly just for attorneys alone from them. So they're doing the right thing. They're one of the great companies. And then, of course, my company now. But the other 3, they would just have, like I said, they have a sales team, great talk, you pay them, and then next thing you know, you never hear from them again, unfortunately. And then you're like, what's going on? And then they're like, well, that's what you said, and then you never see it. That's why we're very big on just getting this, like the screen sharing and showing.
I love it, man. That's awesome stuff. You sold us on that. We'd already purchased your services, and we're like, oh, this is awesome. So guys. I'm sorry, Carlos. Go ahead.
No, and just a caveat to that, and before you go into your question, is like this is something that we preach all the time: customer service.
Yeah.
People in that down, there's so many spams out there, so many people taking advantage of others. When you go the extra mile, when you provide value to people, like honestly, like 86 to 87% of everything we do is providing free value.
Right.
Everything else is what we monetize. But
Yeah.
people get to see that, and people are starting to see and started recognizing. This is why we actually, when we first, after I was cynical coming into the first meeting. I was very cynical about it. I said, it's gonna be another one.
We were
But you know
burned,
what?
man.
After
We've
the
been
first
burned
one, I
all
said,
the
dude, man,
time.
we strike gold. I tell you, we were flabbergasted. We talked, and I said, we strike gold. These people pretty good. I mean, they know their stuff. And the way that you were able to actually put everything together for us and speak our language. Because
Yeah.
one thing that businesses should learn is like everything that we go through, you should evaluate your experiences. And that's what we did. We evaluated everything that we did. When we came to you, you actually saw that we spoke the language. But honestly,
Yeah.
we don't know much about marketing. And this is why you kind of blew us away. So I can imagine someone this is starting. So take our word, everything that we give you here, these people are gonna blow your mind every time they meet with you. So
Appreciate it. Yeah.
no, and I appreciate it. So you actually gave us some good tools, and so far today, and some good tools that you can market yourself for free. Tell us what you've seen in your experience of some of the companies, or some of the habits that some of these companies have in order to market themselves the wrong way. And I'm sorry, I went into a question, Brock, and I said I was gonna come back to you. So
No, you're good, man. You take the
What to
thunder.
look out for in a
you know what? Salute, guys.
All right.
That's some good whiskey right there.
Nice. Whew. So, would you like to talk about that? Things to look out for with marketing. The red
Yeah.
flag?
Yeah, some bad practices that you guys have
Yeah.
seen,
Yeah.
or you would advise companies not to do.
Okay. I hate putting names out there, but I'm gonna name drop right
Oh,
now. I
why
don't
do
care.
it? Name drop.
Yellow Pages, it's outdated. Forget about it. YP charges way too much. Don't do it. Same thing with Yelp. Go with Google. If you're not on Google, if you're not on Facebook, don't waste your energy on these smaller parties, because they're gonna promise the world and you're not gonna get it. So go
He
with
said, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh
Oh no.
You just name
That's-
drop.
that's
That's,
really-
a lot of names.
but-
Right
but-
there. That's a lot of names.
But honestly, because and then also build your own presence, because a lot of people try to sell. This is what we can do for you. This is what we can do for you. Build your own, and so that way you're independent of an agency. One thing that I preach is whatever we do for you, you own. I want to empower you to know that if anything happens to me by the end of the day, I might not be here forever. That you're still in good hands. You know what to look out for. You know what you're educated, so that way if you go to anyone else, you can say, well, wait a minute. Why didn't we go over Google Search Console? I know that's where my organic traffic's coming from. And then you'll stop your marketers like, oh crap, they know their shit. I can't fake it. Like Brock, I can tell Brock knows his stuff, and when we're on the meetings, he's like, here, I got you access for this. He's giving me access to that right as I say it. So it's like, I love when people are at that level. And so that way they can recognize bullshit. I'm pretty sure Brock, he'll be like, wait a minute, let me look into this. They said this. Let's fact check it. This sounds too good to be true. It sounds weird,
And the
And
only reason that I know what I know is that because Carlos and I were taken advantage of by other companies, right?
Yeah.
So we had to learn all this stuff on our own. So the hours there's only so many hours in a day, right? So as opposed to focusing on the growth of the business, I find myself just delving deep into marketing, which isn't my forte, right? I enjoy it, but if I could speak out to other business owners out there, like find somebody who knows what you're trying to do and pay them to do it. The most expensive commodity that you own is not money, it's time. I can't get that time, right?
So let me put my leadership hat on. And again, a lot of business owners decide to become and gain the victim mentality. Don't become a victim. Evaluate everything that you did. And that's what we did. And that's what we preach to you. Learn. So okay, so it's gonna come out tonight. So one of the videos. So we put a lot of content out, and one of the videos that is kind of coming out tonight is evaluate everything that you do. Okay. Don't gain the mentality of a victim. But what we do is learn how to evaluate everything that you do in business. Why? Because that's going to help you to move forward. And
Mm.
again, a lot of people talk about, you the saying that a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a genius learns from other people's mistakes. And that's what we do. We look at everything. We look at our competition. And one of the things that Devon gave us the other day was how our competition are failing at something. So we started striking gold because now we know what type of content to develop. And if you are not developing content for your business, anything that you do, it could be from what we do, business developing, funding, our carpentry, plumbing. If you're not putting content out there, because that's what people want to see today.
Yeah.
People want to see how things are done. This is why anytime that we need to go ahead and fix anything or how to even change a bulb in your car, you go to YouTube with how to change this, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? That's what you need to be, because that's what people are going to how to actually mow my lawn, how to change a elbow in the sink of my bathroom, whatever the case is. That's what you need to do. You need to get yourself out there and stop being. And a lot of people say, I'm not a person. I don't have the face. I don't have the charisma to be in front of the camera. People want to associate with you. They don't want to have the perfect person. They don't associate to that because that's not what everybody is. So what you need to do today is get yourself out there, make sure people get to know you, because you'd be surprised how many people can associate. How many people. And again, I'm an immigrant. I'm from South America. I have an accent, and a lot of people come to me. No, and a lot of people come and do business with me because they say I love to help and support the minorities. Just because of that. Just because of that. So you'd be surprised if I had somebody else, talking, doing our videos and so on. So get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Get to social media, because that's something that
There's
that
no perfect. There is no such thing as perfect.
Right.
there's no such thing as
No.
perfect. Nobody's perfect. We just want to make
Except
sure
for
that
my
you have.
My wife.
Yeah. Oh, he said it again. But you know what? Something that you gotta be is and everything. People get to know, and we're gonna say, people will smell your bullshit.
Yeah.
Be ethically in everything that you do. Make sure that you are here to help people. The more you help people, the more that you're gonna create wealth. Yeah, we are all here to make money. We want to make a lot of money, but the way that you do is by ethically and from the bottom of your heart helping others.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing you did miss, right?
There we go.
One thing is it takes money to make money.
You're right.
So that's
does.
where it comes
You're
to
right.
marketing budget. What is your marketing
Yeah.
budget?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. And that's something that Grant Cardone says. So Grant Cardone is one of our mentors. Can you tell?
10x, baby.
Next. Yeah.
Can you tell? So he talks
I like
about, it's like, if you're not willing to spend money on yourself, meaning on your business, don't expect your customer to spend money on your
Right.
business.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
exactly-
same way you think. So the law of attraction. Dr. John Maxwell talks about this is who we are is who we attract.
You are
So-
you are who you hang out with.
As well.
Yeah.
So
You
if
are
I'm
the some of the
gonna
people
go
that
to
you
the
hang
barber
out with.
shop,
Yeah.
the barbershop, I'm eventually going to get a haircut. It's inevitable.
You're right. All right, guys. So tell us, you guys been doing business since what, 2017, right?
Yeah. I'd say about then. Yeah.
Okay,
That's for me.
got it.
It might be longer. I don't know. I don't know his backstory.
Yeah, I mean, since I'm 38 now, I've been on my own since I've been 25. All right. The only
Got it.
time that I actually got a physical job is meeting this guy when my wife told me to go get a job.
Wow.
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
So
I've built
tell us one of your best stories since you guys started the business.
Best success stories.
I don't know. Let me think of one. Do you have anything in mind?
I mean,
For me, honestly, it's hard. It's clients. Like I remember people. Like you. It's you've been talking to Carlos and everything we're doing. So it's the relationships and the connections you make. So,
I mean, just seeing some people that just get so excited off 1,000 likes off
Mhm.
of a video. You know, that's to them, they never even had one like. So to
Yeah.
get 1,000 is huge, and just to see the enthusiasm of excitement that they have behind seeing the results that they're getting that we're delivering for them. I mean, that's to me, it's priceless. I mean, every day we get to go ahead and help out other business succeed. So at the end of the day, we're result oriented here.
Yeah.
And so if
That's
we're
awesome.
not going ahead and giving you results, I don't expect you to go ahead and pay your monthly fee here. I mean, that
Sure,
at the end of
sure,
the day,
sure.
I don't expect you to pay me at all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to go ahead and send an invoice out for you to go ahead and pay because I didn't do my job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
true,
It's that
true.
simple. And that's a good point because a lot of marketing agencies, they'll try to take your money before they even show you anything. And I
Right.
think even when you talk to Michael, when you first were just planning on signing up before you even talked to me,
Yeah.
he screens, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so even on like, when we're going over things, trying to explain why you need to do this, you'll
Mhm.
see it for yourselves because the good thing about the internet, everything's tracked. And if you watch
Yeah.
the coding and all that, it's a little scary, of what the government's tracking. I'm not going to go on the tangent here, but imagine what you can track just as a business owner. You got screen
Yeah.
recordings. So if someone goes on your website, you can track exactly what they do, how long they stay on your website, and you can track how many clicks you're going to your site. So if you're paying a marketing agency right now, you're not aware of these things,
Yeah.
huge red flag. Huge
Dude,
red.
you blew up mine when you did that. I'm
With
like,
the kidnapping, man. Oh,
can,
geez.
Oh,
can you have somebody really see not only screen recording where they go and how long they were in the website? I'm like, I'm
yeah.
down. Dude. I'm down.
Imagine,
I'm down. Let's do this, man.
imagine this scenario, right? You have someone paying $30,000 a month to get traffic
Yeah.
to their website.
Yeah.
It only takes one broken button to be all that a waste. So you have all
Yeah.
the fail safes in place. First off, before I build everything, I send it to everyone in the office. I'm like, you look at it, you double check it. So I also send it to everyone. Like I say, hey, send it to your family members. Make sure they look it on a mobile and a desktop because they vary. And it only takes one button not working to waste a lot of money. And I've had that experience. So it's really just double checking, measuring twice, and only cutting once. So yeah.
Mm,
Awesome,
mm,
awesome, awesome,
mm.
awesome, awesome.
So, that kind of goes into
Yeah.
my next question here, guys. On the path to helping so many businesses, market themselves and get that proper engagement that they're looking for, what's one mistake that you guys have done yourself that was memorable and that you learned a lot from?
Oh. So when we first started, okay, let me tell you the scenario. For Alexa Business. Oh, that's such a cute dog.
He
So for
comes to
Alexa,
the podcast every Wednesday, every Thursday.
what's the name?
Oh, his name is Sniper.
Sniper?
Sniper.
That's a cute dog. So when we started Alexa Business, okay, we're starting our marketing. Justin, he has a previous experience working with this digital marketing agency. So he's like, I know they're going to put me on the top of the maps. I know they're going to do the right thing. I've worked with them in the past. This is the company to go with. Granted, I know my own shit. So I was like, okay, I trust you though. You're my business partner. I gotta have faith. So we pay up. We're paying $3,000 to $5,000 a month right off the bat to Google. And I signed into the Google AdWords account, and I'm like, this is a shit show. All these are horrible key phrases. We're getting broad match phrases. We're wasting like half of our money. We're getting like one sale a day, and then he's
That
saying,
sounds familiar.
yeah, so it's like
What
I'm
we
like,
did
I don't
before.
like this. And then Justin started getting furious. Trust me, he got livid. He's all like, you're making me look bad. I told my digital marketing manager that you did X, Y, and Z. So it's exactly what we're preaching on this call. That's how we started. And then this is the problem we had. And this is what a shit show. For a year, we didn't have access to run Google AdWords because they had control of our account. And by that, we couldn't run a single campaign. I purchased 10 different domain names with different variations. They all got suspended until we talked to the agency and we rectified it through them and they canceled the account. So that's a situation I had. As a digital marketing agency, we had that problem.
they had resentment towards me because I was angry at my buddy that worked at this place. I
No
felt
way.
like he did me wrong. Like he did not do another digital marketing company that didn't do their job.
Yeah.
So
But you know what?
We learned.
That's crazy.
But you know
Yeah.
what? Situations like that is what bring us to it. You guys took that and said, you know what? We're never gonna do that again. We
Yeah.
don't want, and it's like a lot of people. We go through a lot of situations that we learn, And I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. It's like how we started this company. Hey, somebody took advantage of me and my credit. They even charged me and disappeared 3 days later. I couldn't find them. And I had to like, you know what? I got to start something. I got to start doing something. And when I wanted to learn about business credit, there was really nothing out there. So we had to go ahead and actually create, bring people in, actually bring software developers, bring bankers to actually figure out how the whole system works behind closed doors. Because a lot of people, it's like, if you go today to get business credit, it's like you're at the mercy of these algorithms.
You
and
have
these
no
banks.
idea what's going on.
You have no idea. Dude, 96% of America don't even know how to do business credit, create business credit, yet alone to qualify for a business loan. So we saw an opportunity, and yes, we capitalized on the opportunity, but we also want to help people. Because the goal here in Stradivari Capital is to be able to help at least 10,000 businesses to obtain at least $1 billion in the
Wow.
in the next 3
Billion.
months.
Wow.
In the next 3 years, not 3 months, 3 years. So
let me ask
Go
you this: how difficult? Because from a third party, when I think
Mhm.
about business loans and getting
Yeah.
cash, whatever trying to like funding for your company, what barriers of entry do you usually see from business owners?
Ooh.
What are those major barriers if you had like
Yeah, the biggest one, Devin, to answer your question,
Yeah.
would be it really depends, right? So if I'm talking to a company that's brand new, the
Mhm.
biggest issue with them is going to be obviously their personal credit. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, if they're opening up their own business and they're sitting at a 520 credit score and they're asking for, $500,000 in funds, no way. Right.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen right off the rip. Right. So
Okay,
that's
so
that's
personal
one of the
credit
biggest
score.
issues.
Okay.
Now, if I'm talking to a company who's well established, they've been around for 2 years, they've got verifiable income.
Okay.
The biggest issue would be their business credit score, right?
Yeah.
Their net 30s, their net 60s, their net 90s. These are all vendor accounts that maybe they don't have, right? They just
Mhm.
never did it, or they
Yeah.
did it and it's not reporting because they chose vendor accounts that aren't reporting. Like if I needed
Yeah.
office supplies, right? Knowing what I know today, I would find a vendor account that would report to all four main credit bureaus, business
Correct.
credit bureaus, right? That's going to help me build my business credit. So
Yeah.
that's one of the big issues that we see from our clients who have well-established businesses. They just don't know. But the great thing about that is it's a super easy fix, right? It's the time frame is inconsequential when we're talking about, we guarantee our clients getting funding in 90 days.
Oh wow.
That's pretty
Short
easy fix.
turnaround time. That's pretty
I'm
good.
telling you
That
what.
20 credit score though,
Mhm.
take care of your friggin' credit, right?
Yeah.
So how much
So
does my credit need to be to get that 500?
Well, it depends, right?
Yeah,
So, if we're talking about unsecured business financing, Carlos, you're a wealth of knowledge. So
So,
know
yeah,
a lot
so-
more than I do. So I'll let you take.
So
this.
yeah, so if you're trying to get something off the bat, so this is the thing. Like so far, 100% of our clients have gotten credit or business credit or loans within 90 days. So one of the main things that we love to help you out first, the goal is to get you at least to a 680, making sure that you have at least those inquiries removed and certain things that may affect and may be able to dictate how much you get for credit. Now, one of the things that we've seen is like the minimum, the average that people get is between 70 to 75,000 within 35 days. Yeah, alone, I'm not gonna guarantee you 35 days, but I'm going to guarantee you 90 days, which is still a good time frame. This is why, just like Tavan, you talk to us and say, look, we need to make sure that we start putting all these keywords, making sure that we do all these things, because it takes Google, it takes analytics at least 30 to 60 days to be able to recognize and be able to put you in the ranking to be able to be found, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Same thing with credit, because you need to allow a 30-day period to start creating and start on reporting to
Yes.
the credit bureaus. So
Oh.
that's the way that you actually report when you pay your bills, because we teach you the whole formula when you need to pay your bill in order to be able to now start developing that business credit. something that banks look for, and this is how they develop the algorithm. They have compliance items like your business credit, your business address, your phone number. Is your phone number business line? Is your Are you in a 411 database? Are you searchable online? And like when we first started, like, okay, you would look for Strata Vega Capital and we couldn't find it anywhere, right? But we were there. But if a bank goes and do that, and we have someone that don't know nothing about websites or about the internet, and they search for Strata Vega Capital and they couldn't find it, they said, well, this company is a scam.
Yeah.
And sometimes we are at the mercy of an algorithm or an underwriter. And how savvy they are when they look for you, it could dictate if you get qualified for something so simple as a credit card.
Right.
So that's what we help businesses, and we take step by step by step. And that's what we allow to actually foolproof. This is what we have 3,000 lenders within our network. And we know that if you meet all those qualifications, 100% of the time, you will get qualified.
Now,
So
let's say I'm brand new business and I'm showing in the past 3 months, $3,000 came through my merchant account. And I want right now, personally myself, I got great credit. Now, listen, I'm not talking about me, but I'm just saying like scenario. I got great credit and I want to go ahead and get 100,000 for this new location that I want for my business, and I know I'm going to succeed by getting this new location. Okay.
Well, it really depends, right? So that's a great question, Justin.
Yeah.
How quickly do you need it, right? So if you've got great credit as a business owner, you have verifiable income, you're in a really good position to get that money.
That's top 10% right there of all businesses that we speak to. Like your scenario right there, that is top 10%.
That's pretty surprising. Wow.
Yeah. So
it is surprising. You'd be surprised how many people you're starting a business and they're pre-revenue. And that's when we need to become, like you said, get the tiger under the table, become magicians.
Yeah. So, I mean, to answer your question here, Justin, definitely, right? We can absolutely get you funded. It really depends on, there's so many different factors, but if we're talking like, within the next 72 hours, I don't know, Carlos, what did you say, Justin? Hypothetically, what was your credit score?
Let's just say I'm over I'm 730. All right. That's my credit score.
730, right? 72 hours, UBF. Right, unsecured business financing. Carlos,
I get you.
What do you
could get you pre-qualifying within 48 hours, and you could get cars in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, that's right off the rip funding.
So let's talk after this, Justin.
That's personal guarantor, right? So that's using your own personal credit score to acquire funding for your business. So our goal for all businesses is for them to be standalone. Right. So UBF, unsecured business financing, is a great option for a lot of our clients for the short term. Right.
Correct.
Well, what happens, Justin, 3 years from now, when now you're expanding to 3 different locations and you need $500,000, right? How are you going to get that? Well, you're going to get that by having a great business credit score. I'm assuming that you're continuing and expanding on your verifiable income.
Correct.
So we're talking about working line of capital loans. We're talking about, I mean, there's so many different, but it depends on the industry you're in, right? So are you in real estate? Are you looking to fix and flip? Are you in construction? Are you looking to finance your equipment, right? How much money do you need? We've got clients that are financing equipment. Really cool thing about that is that they're actually using the equipment as collateral, right? So it doesn't require additional collateral for that. There's all sorts of different avenues to go depending on your specific industry-driven specifications. So
I love that. I love that. Yeah, then that makes a lot of sense too, because it's like that's what they're looking for is why do you need this? I'm guessing. Who are you and why do you need this? And they want to verify that, and depending on the cause, they might like it, they might not. One thing I've recognized in the digital marketing industry is merchants hate you. They hate you. In the digital marketing world, they hate you because I don't blame them. There's so many marketers out there where those pull money, never fulfill the service, and then they get chargebacks. So that's
so we fixed that issue. We fixed that issue because we just came up with our own merchant account system that we can help a lot of businesses. So yes, trust me, because being in the And even though that we are not a credit repair company or we don't deal with consumers, we only work with businesses, so B2B. And we help businesses to develop that business credit and we get them lending. And we're talking about companies, entities. Every merchant account saw us as a credit repair company. That kind of
I don't know
pissed
why.
me the fuck off.
That's
Every
crazy.
single time. It's like, why? I'm not a credit repair company. So if you guys see over here, Credit Assassins, right? That used to be that used to be our own name for the company. And again, it was great. We actually got known by that. But every merchant account that saw us that, oh, they are a credit repair company. No, we're not. We help businesses specifically. So this is why we start developing and we start adding new systems. So that's something that we help now companies with a merchant account that can definitely fit their needs, because not every merchant company is the same out there. And
No.
that's what we wanted to change. We want to change the whole status quo. We want to make sure that people get, and this is what we want to help so many businesses. So at the same time, let's bring it to Brock.
All right, let's go. So guys, I mean, as a marketing company, right? There's not. I'm not familiar with your industry, but I'm assuming there's not as much overhead as there would be for, like, let's say, a construction company, right? Have you guys ever run into an issue where you're reliant on your business credit or anything like that? And I want you to be completely candid. And
I would say, yeah, absolutely. So for us, the biggest issue is when you want to grow, right? Because when you grow, there's going to be pains. And for example, you might hire not the right employee, right? So that's just wasted money. And also, if you hire the wrong employee in the digital marketing world, you also don't just waste money on that employee, but you also lose clients because they're like, hey, that last person I talked to was horrible. I want to cancel. So you actually go backwards, 2 steps backwards, because you dished out money that you were hoping that you were going to, recoup. And then you also, lost some clients as well. So it's ends up being like a shit show, and so, you need like some capital to make sure you keep running your Google AdWords each month, or Facebook ads, or just to cover payroll for that month while you're looking for someone else. So there's some miscellaneous things that come in the digital marketing world when you're trying to grow that, of course, working capital and having some additional funding would always be beneficial. And I think that's in all industries, because as a digital marketer, where my brain automatically goes to with industries is, what can I do to get an ROI? And when you think that mentality, give me $10,000, and like he said, let's 3x it at the very least. So make that $30,000, and make it in the least amount of energy and effort possible. If we can throw up a Google AdWords campaign, pay them $10K, make $30K, let's do it. And if we can get the money from thin air, let's do that. Instead of having to go, from your own bank or go to someone else. So
Facebook group.
Yep, Facebook.
Devin, I mean, that's a great answer, right? So whenever, and this is what we always advise companies to do, whenever you're thinking about acquiring capital for your business, you always need to think about your ROI, right? Mm-hmm. Is it a good idea for you to do that based off of the processes and the strategies that you have in place? Are you seeing a return on that? Yep. Not just to sustain for sustaining's sake, if that makes sense, right? We want to make sure that the companies that we deal with have that in mind, just like you said. Mm-hmm. Hey, take the money that you're going to be getting, find something that is going to give you an exponential return on investment, or ROI. Yeah. And then that way you can keep doing that, right? So that's what all the big names do. Exxon, Google. What do we say, Carlos?
So Google, Amazon, they always get billions of dollars in lending, guys. So this is something that a lot of people, and I learned this from one of my mentors, is like, a lot of people when they start making money in the business, they just go out and get the car, get the house, spend it on women or spend it on men, whatever choice you have. But the thing is, like, you should spend your money first in your business. Invest back in your business. And someone like this company, Alexa Media Marketing, they will be able to, it's like, think about the best investment you can do. Let me put this dollar over here and be able to get $3 on the other side. It's like, come on, it's not no-brainer. So this is something that it is essential. One of the things that I see, and we talk about the 4 legs of business. One is funding, one of the other legs is marketing.
Mhm.
And if you have a strong leg, think about if you go to the gym, you only do top and you don't do legs. You're gonna have a skinny ass legs, right? You're gonna fall every time. Same thing. Funding and marketing is one of those two. Should be your two legs of your business because if nobody knows who you are. But if you don't have money, meaning that, so one of the stats is 2 out of 3 businesses go out of business every single year because of the lack of capital.
Simple.
So if you don't have money, you're closing the doors.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, if people don't know who you are because you don't have the right marketing, you're closing doors. You're gonna go back and work for someone. And about what is it? 87% of all businesses go into business because they didn't want to work for someone. And what happened is about 56% of all those businesses go back to work for somebody else.
Wow.
So keep those things in mind. One thing that you need to concentrate is get the right marketing company. This is what we bring into you, these two guys right here. They know their shit.
I mean, in
Salute to you guys.
2010, I started a company up just with credit cards.
There we go.
That I
There we
mean, that
go.
legit in my 2-bedroom apartment. And our first month in business, we did 60,000 our first month, and took that money and reinvested and got an actual office for myself. Then going ahead, getting the employees. Next thing you know, we're doing 300,000 a month in sales.
That's
So
awesome.
I mean, the growth was rapid, but it was me that invested. The original investment was credit cards.
And the
Oh,
funny thing is with that is OPM. A lot of people talk about OPM, older people's money. That wasn't your money. That was the bank's money. And you use it to invest and be able to create a return. So
Yeah.
this is how we started. You see all these cards right here?
Sheesh.
So this is what we preach that you can do and you can still do. And you
How
are
many,
able to.
how many inquiries you got there, Carlos?
0.
0 inquiries. That's
Zero
so wild.
increase. We're 93 credit cards right now. So that's something that we tell you that you can do. You can use that. And actually, I'm increasing my inquiries, not my inquiries, my credit lines on those cards. Why? Because another thing you got to keep in mind, there's going to be a recession very soon.
Oh, yes, there is. Yep.
I'm going to take every dime available that I have there and invest it into real estate.
Wow.
So my question to you is, where are you right now?
What with real estate? I'm buying a place next month.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh no, actually,
That's the second
no,
place, right?
that's no, February. My apologies. Not next.
Hell yeah.
There we
Let's
go,
go.
baby.
I
Let's
hope
go.
you're getting a really good interest rate, man.
Let's go.
Uh,
baby.
Yeah, no, I have no idea yet. That I don't have. But I do know that we will be closing it on next February. We'll be going ahead and
Right.
starting everything.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
there's
Let's go,
this-
man.
We're buying in the building that we live in right now in the condominium. I live right on the water, right down there in Miami. So I go
Nice.
ahead and
The whole
Yeah.
building?
huh?
You buying the whole building?
Oh no, I wish. That would be awesome.
Oh, okay. I'm like, yo.
That's the goal. That's
So,
the
so
goal.
guys,
Yeah.
I mean,
Eventually.
as you guys talk about this, as you a business, you know that there's something called the 504 SBA loan that helps you as a business to obtain real estate as a business.
I was just about to mention something like that. As a company, as a digital marketing agency, we're in the looks of buying a location for our digital marketing agency.
We-
You
that-
found your answer.
We were just
That's so
talking
funny.
about this for our next move for the next year. We
Yeah.
want to go ahead and have an asset for our business and go ahead and have a building. And then
So-
have a couple of attendees there for our building.
So
they
you
can
see,
be
so
our
certain things. So remember what I said to you guys and what I said earlier is who you are is who you attract.
Mhm.
So things happen for a reason that where we are today. And you know, not only we helping each other out here with Alexa Marketing, Alexa Media Marketing Company, and us Strata Capital, but we want to make sure that you see the synergy that happens over here and how we can help you. You know what? If you are a business today and you're trying to gain real estate, and that's that, look, it's going to be a recession. It's going to be the best time for you to invest because wealth is created in every recession that has happened. Go back and see all the wealthy people in the world. When they created the wealth, when the recession happened. So take
Great.
advantage of that. Start creating credit, either personal business you have no No limit. There's no increase. There is no limit to how much utilization you can use. Plus, the terms and interests are so much better.
Mhm.
So use that to your advantage to invest, to actually buy real estate, but also to grow the business that you are, specifically with the people that we have in front of you today.
Diversify that portfolio. So guys,
Correct.
I gotta ask, right? So we're massive advocates for what you guys do and how you do it, right? So we're paying clients of yours, and we can preach like we're crazy about you, right?
Yeah.
So how can other people, other business owners, get in contact you to have a conversation to purchase your services? How would they go about that?
Pretty simple. Alexa Business. Google it.
Alexa Business.
That's
Okay.
all you got to do. Alexa Business. Google it. If you're
That's
on
it.
Google,
You know what? You know what? You know what? When someone just tell you, this is my
Just
name,
Google it.
Google it. You know what? You better look for them because you don't have nothing to spell.
they're right on top. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, our SEO work is right there. If you want to go ahead and Google another keyword, Alexa Business Directories. That's another keyword. We'll be right on top.
That's
Alexa
awesome.
Business Directory listings. We'll be right up on top as well. It's endless.
That's
It's
awesome.
what
awesome.
we do.
Well, guys,
So,
hey,
guys-
we're also going to put those links in these videos as well. So if anybody here wants to get in contact with Devin and Justin, absolutely, you'll be able to just one click away.
So guys, but I appreciate you guys coming on. I love it. You know what? Actually, this gone past an hour, and we usually try to keep it under an hour because of time. But you know what? We enjoy the talk. I love this. Is something that as I spoke to Devon, I mean, actually, I gained a lot more knowledge, and now I'm so interested in knowing more and more about it. It's just like when you're a little kid, you're trying to learn something new. That's the way I am right now. I just want to know more and more. And and I love to talk about credit. Credit is something that there's a passion to us, and this is what we love to help people. But guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for actually taking the time. So I know every time that we try to get in touch with them, they're helping somebody. I don't know how these guys sleep. They're always helping someone, but they took the time to actually be here today and actually bring value to all of you guys. But guys, if you're looking for a marketing company, look no more. Go to Alexa Business, like Justin said. Just Google it. Just Google it.
Just
Alexa
Google it.
Just Google it.
All right, guys. So
Guys,
thank you.
so much. Salute.
Thank you. Salute to you guys. Hey, until the next time, everybody, you know what? If you need marketing, make sure you go to Alexa Business. No matter what, we're still gonna put some links over there because I know some of us are challenging when we hear certain things. So
that's very PC of you.
All right, guys. So until the next time, I'll see you guys next week. This is Business Funding and Whiskey.